A very good evening, folks. I said I would pop back on tonight and have a chat with you, try to lift the mood after today's bad performance at Celtic Park. Look, I was a very vocal earlier on the post-match reaction. Very passionate how I felt about how we're going as a club this season for the remaining games, and had a bit of time to go out and think about it. Obviously, went for a wee drink, a few whiskies. I feel a bit good after it now, and you know what? Look at the realization of how bad things have happened this season. I decided I'm going to put a poll up. Put a poll on the Instagram. Asked me followers, where are Celtic going to finish in the league this season? Just the honest question. Like, I'm here for you to comment tonight. Tell me how you're feeling. Have you given up? Do you still believe? Are we finishing third this season? Are we finishing fourth? Are we going to be the champions of Scotland? It's a conversation that we need to have tonight because we have a massive game coming up next Sunday at Ibrox. If we lose that game, so I would think a lot of Celtic fans will just turn around and say, there and then, the season is done. They're done with Celtic, regards to the league. If we win that game, we'll have a bit of hope. They're hoping that we can beat Rangers again in the post-split, and Hearts in the post-split. But we do that game in hand. But look, I want to talk about the game today. Celtic could have had 3 penalties today. 3 penalties. Early enough in the game, handball by a Hibs defender, and then Big Tom got taken down, and then Liam Scales shortly after the sending off of Austin Trusty. We could have had 3 penalties, but look, wasn't meant to be. I think this team have no fight in them. I just believe that half of them are checked out, half of them don't deserve to wear the jersey. And I know I'm kind of replicating what I say on a regular basis, but it's the evidence is there. The evidence is there that we're hope riding our fucking luck. I think luck ran out today. I think looking at that performance, looking at the way Hibs scored them goals, looking on the first goal was nice, but Taneki should have had that player. The second goal, Callum McGregor should have closed down better. And the reason why I'm saying this because I've watched the highlights of the game twice since I came home. Even though I watched the live earlier on, I'm like, fucking hell, how bad are we? How bad are we? Like, the one striker is not working. We should be going 4-4-2, like the old school days, 4-4-2, because Big Tom up front, he just looks like he's lost soul up there at times. He's trying to come back and win balls, and it just isn't working for us. It really isn't working for us. So there's 32 people tuning in tonight on Facebook and on YouTube. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's watching tonight. I hope I don't bore the tits off you. Sláinte to you as well. I said I put this on because I was walking up the road and my missus said to me, Tommy Burns. And I just thought of Tommy Burns. I said, I'm going to put this on for Tommy Burns. A real Celtic man. Disappointment can be temporary. It can be temporary over the year basis, but as I said on the podcast earlier on, it's a bit more than that. And there's negativity in the stands, negativity on social media. Even though I'm trying to bring positivity when I can, on my side, what I can do on this podcast, it's very fucking hard to be positive about this. It is very hard. Do you know what I feel like when I'm doing? I feel like every single time Celtic goes, I'm like this. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, surprise, surprise, we've been fucking humped today. We have been let down once again from people that are stealing wages at this club, from the board to the team that are not up for this fight. Not up for this fight. And I feel like a lot of fans haven't been up for this fight. I think we've been sold a PR stunt. Martin O'Neill has been promised to come back in, steady the ship, and he's being conned by the Celtic board. And I seen a comment today I was kind of frustrated at the comments I seen. I seen it on one of my social media platforms. Martin O'Neill is sitting on Desmond's knee for the interview. I think that's a lot of bollocks. Martin O'Neill is a Celtic fan. Martin O'Neill is a Celtic man. Martin O'Neill is a man that brought us to a European final, that won us a treble. And the cheek of some people to fucking even insult a legend like a Martin O'Neill like that is ridiculous. Do I think he is a little bit brainwashed by the board a little bit, but I wouldn't say he's sitting on their knee. I don't think that. I think that's an insult, personally, to the man that has fucking came back and tried to work something. This team, if you got Jurgen Klopp in, if you got fucking Pep Guardiola in, if you got fucking Ancelotti in, it's not fixable. It's not fixable. The fact is, these players don't have the energy to win the league. You do not have it in the locker to win the league. When you're a winner, you don't fucking give up. You keep pushing and pushing and pushing till you get somewhere. These players are not fucking winners. The crop of players that have been there for a long time, they're just past the sell date. Jamesy, past his sell date. Callum, past his sell date. Tierney, trying because he's 4 seasons back after being away for a long time. Kasper Schmeichel, dirt. Shy keeper. Good keeper in his day, shy keeper. Now, pulled off a couple of saves today. Did he stop the second goal from going in? No, he didn't. He didn't. And Austin Trusty could be out for 3 games. Austin Trusty, some people are saying his Celtic career is over. It could be over, but I don't think so. I don't think so. So there's 49 people tuning in tonight. All I would ask is simple fucking plea to use. Since you're Celtic fans, if you are, or whoever's outside watching me on YouTube, they're not Celtic fans, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. I'm honest. I cut that as it is. Do I think Martin O'Neill will play 2 up front? Probably not. Probably not. But Raymond is saying it ain't over till it's over. Well, Raymond, can I ask you a question? Do you fully believe that we can win all the games until the end of the season with the team that we have? Just be honest. Just be honest. Because I don't think we can. And the reason why I don't think we can, because Celtic are easy to organise playing against them. And that's the God honest truth. Defence is a shambles. They don't have the confidence to take the ball up. They're not organised right. And is that down to the defensive coaches? Or is that just down to the players? Be honest with me, Raymond. I just think, you know what the problem is with some Celtic fans? And this is the God honest truth. This is not a dig at you, Raymond. This is not a dig at everybody else. I'm just being honest here. Stop happy clapping. Look at the reality. We're third in the league. We had a chance to beat Hibs today, and we fucked it up yet again. Fucked it up. How can you think that's a champions? How do you think in your head that is a team of champions? They are not a team of champions. They're a team of fucking cowards. A team of fucking losers. A team that fucking rolled over 2 Hearts twice. Well, 3 times this season. 3 times this season. So Hearts, even though Hearts have lost a couple of games, they deserve to be champions at this rate because we don't have the formula to be fucking champions. That's the problem. So for people that are like, oh, we can still do it. We can still do it. I 100% believe in Martin. I 100% believe in the team. Just use your head instead of use your heart. Right, there you go. Look at the responses. 550 people on my Instagram. I asked them the question earlier on, a couple of minutes after the game. Be honest, where will Celtic finish this season? 24% of people voted 4th place. Look at the majority, 3rd place. And who's in 4th place at the moment? A team that's on fire, Motherwell. Motherwell have that game in hand, and they also have to come to Celtic Park, as you see on the screen there. If I was Motherwell, if I was any team, would I fear coming to Celtic Park? Not a fucking chance. I'd be riding me luck. And I know what, I'd be like, you know what, hoof that up. Them, they can't fucking defend for their lives. Fucking sloppy scales, rusty trusty. Fucking Twix legs Tierney. Arajo, brilliant at pushing forward. Defending, he's okay. And I think he's been a light there, but come on. This is a collective as a team. If I'm gonna criticize the team, I'm gonna throw them all fucking under because they deserve it. They deserve it. They failed in the Champions League. They failed in the League Cup. They failed in Europa League. They failed in the league. And the board have failed. And managers have failed. So please enlighten me and give me the fucking evidence that we're good enough to win this fucking league. Because it ain't fucking there. It ain't there. It ain't there. Motherwell. Did you see Celtic podcasters were in the box of Celtic Park? Doesn't matter if they were in the box of Celtic Park. That's their own decisions. They're going to see the team play. And if they're anti-board, anti-establishment, that's their own decisions. I'm not going to comment on other Celtic podcasters, what they do. Because, quite frankly, a lot of these Celtic podcasters put in endless energy to provide content for you, regardless what their opinions are. So, let them be. Let them be. You know? And end of the day, that's their own fucking business. People can moan and say, "Oh, this player, or this guy was in the corporate box. This person, he's this and that." You have bigger things to be worrying about than a fucking podcaster. What about your team on the pitch? What about your board? Don't be worried. Don't be worried whoever went to the game. Let's be honest. You know. Motherwell will have a massive say. Marco, it's great to see you in, Marco. Love seeing you in. 100%. 100%. I've said it already. And speaking of Motherwell, I done a poll. And this is the poll I put up. Would you take the Motherwell manager as Celtic manager? Now, 719 people voted on this. I put this up last night after the St. Mirren game. And look at the percentage. Now, I'm going to say this clear to you that are watching, the whole 47 years that's watching. Stop being picky. Because we can't afford to be picky. And you might say we can afford to be picky because we have 70 million in the bank. No, we don't have 70 million in the bank. We don't win the league. We're getting Conference League football. Or a hope of qualification for the Europa League first round qualifier. So what's going to happen is that money that the board have fucked up on, that thinking that they deserve their extra salaries, that money is going to be utilised on the rainy day, losing out on profits. So what's going to happen is they're not going to be ambitious. They're not going to go out and ask a Knutson. They're not going to go out and ask a Martinez. They're not going to go out and ask Ange to come back. If I was Ange, I wouldn't fucking touch the job. They're going to go cheap. And I'll tell you one thing, this Motherwell manager, he could be linked with a move back to Copenhagen. Because Copenhagen have an actual ambitious infrastructure there. They compete. They get into the Champions League. They actually buy players for decent fees. Celtic Football Club don't. But Arnie Ingles for 12 million. Yes, could be an asset for us. But come on. Come on, folks. I think a lot of you are bluffing yourselves. Bluffing yourselves that we can still win this league. Mathematically, we can. But the ability that we see in the pitch, the evidence that we've seen on the pitch, no. No. And that's me being gone on the truth. You know? It's just a hard one. It really is a hard one, you know? Because the Motherwell manager has, don't say that we are better with Jens in charge. Here, no matter who we get in, they're going to have to be a yes man to that board. That board ain't moving. That board ain't moving. Regardless how much pressure you put on them, they're not going to fucking leave their position if they're on set, if some members are on over 500k a year. Maybe like Nicholson, that's on 900k. They ain't going to leave. Remember, we're just all peasants. We're all just numbers. So this is why you need to rinse them and stop fucking giving your money. And that's the God honest truth. League's over. Rangers will end the next week. Well, a possibility Rangers could end the next week because Rangers will be favourites. You got LJ against Livy today, but they're all Ibrox. They're going to have momentum. And let's be honest, have we been decent against Rangers in recent times? No, we've been shite in the league against Rangers in recent times. So I'm not going to writing us out right now. I'm saying that 95% of me has checked out on Celtic winning this title. They're not going to win it. Simple. They don't have the players in the squad to compete man to man in a regular fucking game against average teams in the league. They're conceding too many goals. They're not closing down players. They're not defending set pieces well. We're not good at regards to attacking. We're not giving enough service to our strikers. The strikers that are playing are not fucking doing the job. You know, it's common sense, like, folks. As I said, I understand your passion to the core and you don't want to give up until it's over. I can understand that. I really do. I really fucking do. But the realization's there. How many games have we lost this season? Like, it's just like, I think we've been caught it on big time. And man, like, if I had my way, I'd be fucking, you know what I'd do? If I had my way, I would turn around and say, Martin, thanks very much for your duties. Enjoy the rest of your life. Relieve Martin O'Neill of his duties, make an inquiry, get this fucker in from Motherwell. Get him in from Motherwell. Because I'm telling you now, there's no point throwing big names at me at this podcast. Who would want to touch the job? Who was on a bit decent salary? Let's be honest. Use your heads. We're dealing with a Celtic board here that are penny pinching. They're not gonna go out and be ambitious and spend that money on getting a decent manager in. I'm telling you now, Dermot Desmond has checked out an investment. He's too busy on him and his family gaslighting their fans. I'd get the Motherwell guy in, give him the last whatever games, just try build momentum, and then I'm not blaming Martin O'Neill. I'm blaming the whole fucking team. I'm blaming everyone. I've told you this already, Paul. Let Martin O'Neill relieve his duties. What's the point of, if he loses that league, which good chance he probably will lose the league, you will have fans that will moan to the cylinders that, oh, he couldn't do nothing with the team. He's had to come in and try to get a fight back. The players just don't have the motivation, you know? I'd get the Motherwell manager in, get him in right now, give him a bit of time to get used to the squad, and then he can have a summer where the World Cup's in it as well, with a transfer window, and build from it. There's no point hiring him in and the 1st of June when he has to do all this work. Get him in now. See, can he get a reaction out of this team? Why not? As I said, I feel sorry for Martin. I just feel like he's not going to fix this gig. He's not going to fix the gig. And that's the God honest truth. It's a conversation we shouldn't be having on my channel. The conversation we should be talking about, oh, fucking hell, what a result today against Hibs, 3-1. Oh, days in my head, it was on fire. Oh, fucking Callum McGregor with a cracking shot. No. Fucking cuckoo land talk, you know? I said earlier on Twitter, I would tell Martin O'Neill to leave not because of him, because he wants to save his reputation. But this is the thing. Glasgow Rebel, 100% right. The problem is because Celtic fans, some Celtic fans are self-entitled, that are used to winning trebles, that are used to winning leagues, that are used to winning everything, can't take when the chips are down. When they can't take when the chips are down, they'll play the blame game on the manager. Martin O'Neill answered the phone twice this season, and I respect the man for doing it. Fair fucks to him. But let the man relieve his duties. He's nearly 74 years of age. Let the man go and enjoy the rest of his life, for fuck's sake. He's already done the best he can with Celtics. That's correct. Our dominance is over. Dominance has been fucking over since the kick of the ball started the season. How should we have? If you watch the Motherwell get recently, every player walks off his arse, as Nancy found out. Exactly. They absolutely shredded us at Fair Park. And that's a team that are well up for it. And as I said I'm not trying to bluff you here. I'm going to be gone honest truth. If I was Motherwell and Celtic lose at Ibrox and lose at Aberdeen and they keep winning, we're going to be dropping down that table. And I'll tell you one thing. That's when you say, woof, yeah. What's your name? Yeah, what is his name? What's the story about this? Like, this is good. Oh, true, Jimbo. No point changing. Yeah, there is. There is. There is a rebuild required, 100%. Wolf Toner, 100%. But what I'm trying to say is get someone in, get used to these players, have a source around what they're like for the last 10 games or whatever. Whoever's cutting it, whoever shows you a reaction, have a chat with them this summer, keep them on, and whoever who does clear them out. So you actually don't have to go in and the 1st of June and get used to them. That's what I'm trying to say. Start prepping now, because I think the seasons are right off anyway. If we win the Scottish Cup, some sort of relievement, but I just think it's a fucking massive fucking miracle to happen to us to win this league the way we're playing, the way we're conceding goals, the way we're lack of goals we're producing. Like, oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. Paul, that's a great point. That's a great point. That's what I was saying earlier on, Paul. Great to see you in, by the way. Nice picture. No matter who we get in, and the best manager in the world can sort this out, it's that poxy board. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Who wants to take the Celtic job when this board are poison? Poison. They don't have the ambition. They don't have the level. As I said earlier on, and I'm going to put this back up again, I'm going to let this hit the wounds. This is what we're dealing with. We win this league of a fucking miracle, we'll have to play Champions League qualification rounds. And then even with that, right, you lose that and you go into the 3rd round Europa League. And then if you lose that, you're in a playoff for the Conference League. You lose that, you might not even have Europe at all. Just you all see me. I'm back in. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm still here. Like our season frozen. Yeah, the Virgin Media must have went down in the area. I'm here. I'm still here, folks. Let me know if you can see me. Is there sound as well? Let me know. Because I was about to jump. I was about to jump on my phone and do it on the. I was going to do it on my phone for you. I was going to go like that on the phone. Can you all see me? But we're back in business. Good stuff. Good stuff. Apologies, there was a bit of technical issues. Don't know what happened there. The internet just went completely down. That's bleeding Virgin Media. Brutal there. I think the Celtic board were trying to snip the fibre cables in the area, to be honest. Can't be taken to criticism. That's what it is. But I'm trying to be positive about things. I really am. It's just it's hard at the moment, that's all. It's hard to pinpoint the positivity, you know. We have a difficult schedule ahead. Blame Wilson. Like Castaway. Wilson! Well, yeah, numbers are coming back in. Just a shout out to Lee O'Brien. Hello to Lee over in Dublin. Ryan Moore, Paul Black, Helen Gallagher, and Brian Arlo for the likes. Really appreciate the likes as well. And I know earlier on I asked you folks to say where you are watching from. And then obviously I went off because the comments were taking ages to come on. So if you can comment below, say you are tuning in from, a like in the video would be appreciated. Every like goes towards the algorithm as well. I know on YouTube, if you're watching, there's love hearts as well. You could do the love hearts as well. That could trend the algorithm. Jesus, someone's out there having a banger. I'll tell you what, it probably was him cutting the cables. I'm back. But no, as I was saying about the Martin O'Neill thing, I just feel sorry for Martin. I really do. I feel like Martin has been sold a complete, absolute dud of a project. Like, the capability was there with the players. I just think the players don't believe in themselves. I think the players have been sussed out by the oppositions, to be honest. So I think what's happened. But yeah, get the comments in. 40 people tuning in. Do subscribe to the channel. There's 8 years over on Facebook. Don't be a lazy shy. Get over, subscribe. I don't always be on Facebook. To the folks that are over on YouTube, absolute legends. Legends. As I said, just to tap on this again, a lot of Celtic fans are in agreement he would take the Motherwell manager. As I said, I just don't think we're going to get Newton. I don't think Newton will touch it. I honestly, why would you leave Bodo Glimt when you're beating teams in the Champions League and you've basically built that team? Is he a crossroads? I think they lost the Norwegian title the previous year. Like, they're a good team, like Bodo Glimt. As I said, see Thursday night. I don't care about Thursday. I'm not getting any hopes up for Thursday. I'm not expecting a fucking Alan Thompson goal over in fucking Stuttgart, fucking Seville memorabilia fucking party because we're playing over in Stuttgart. I'm not expecting that on Thursday night. All I'm just expecting is, Keith, you got a warrant out. That's the Celtic board. You have the warrant out for me. First it was the fibre. Now it's this, I tell you. PC Lustig at the door. Even if we can get Motherwell playing that, well, Motherwell play 4-2-3-1. Masvanise yet again scored the weekend. A player that I know Motherwell wouldn't sell them anyway. But if you're putting a decent bid, you would have been interested. I won't even be watching it on Thursday. I'll probably patch it. Oh, you know what? I'll watch it. I'll watch it for the sake because I love Celtic, but I won't expect anything. I won't put any hopes into it. That sounds crazy, That's it. Well, that's the past, Paul. That's football. Era of football has changed, Look at Martin's team: Forspel, Larson, Petrov, Mialbi, Tomo, etc. Look at now, Yang, Atate, Scales. No comparison. You just don't get the Celtic way. Some of them just have their season where they play really well and they just get flopped. They just check out. Is it just a case where they're taking the league for granted, or they're just their heads are somewhere else, or agents are filling their heads with shite? I don't really know. I really don't know, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's good. Look at that team. Obviously, had fighters in it. You could give the captain armband to anyone on that pitch under Martin O'Neill's tender at Celtic in the 2000s. Brilliant team, brilliant set of guys. And even if you meet them at the Q&As, they're all legends. I've met Jackie many a times. I've met Harton twice. I've met Petrov 3 times. And you know what? They have time for you. It's like, you know that way, decent guys. You just get these guys now that I think they're prima donnas. They're only there to take the money, not do the passion and fight for the cause. That's what it is. That's what it is. So be honest. Rate this season out of 10. How bad has it been out of a scale 1 to 10? I'd give it a full 10, how bad it is. Sometimes it's good to just go out for a walk and clear the head after that. I did say earlier on the channel, I was like, if Hibs beat us today or we draw against them today, we're basically out of this title race. It's our own doing, shooting ourselves in the foot. And I just feel sorry for fans that pay a lot of money to go to these games and pay £36 or £38 a general ticket. Get excited about seeing Celtic, going to the pub, having a few bevies, getting a bit of grub in before they go into that stadium. And you sit there like a fucking statue and they get pissed all over with the rain and you see that team get pumped by the Hibs. And you know what? It's getting to the stage where the away fans are more vocal than the home fans at Celtic Park. How bad is it? How bad is it when we're laughing at Rangers at the start of the season when their stands are empty while their fans are leaving with 60 minutes in? That just sums up how bad it is. Don't worry, I'm pissed. Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. The fans. I think do you know what it feels like with some fans? And this is the sad thing. And I'm not in this. This is just a guess, right? I feel like fans feel like they have an obligation to go to Celtic Park to support the team. They get through them turnstiles and they just get this dreading feeling that's not going to be a day for them. And when that happens, they just click on, they're like, fuck this. I'm leaving. I can't be done. I can't be arsed with this. And then they check their bank account after them on a Monday morning. They're like, just spent 80 quid last night. Getting a ticket, getting grub, going to the pub, drowning my sorrows. Was it worth it? Nah, it's probably going to happen again. Yeah. You know, that's what it feels like. That's the God honest truth, you know. So we don't have the appetite to fucking break the bank. Going to Celtic game is expensive. It's not just a £35. You're going to the pub, you're getting trains over, you're getting a bit of food, you go out a bit of food after, you know. Don't buy food at the game. Boycott that shit. You know. Can't win the league every time. You're looking for the Superman. That's correct, Thomas. That's correct. What's the story with that? Is that Badeo? That looks like a jobber there on that picture. But nah, you can't win the league every time. Sometimes you just gotta get smacked down, and you need to understand that it's about the way you react, the way you bounce back, and that's the concern from a lot of Celtic fans that are watching in recent times. Do we have the trust in the board? Trust on board. This sentence shouldn't be going together. These words shouldn't be stringing together. Trust in the board to bounce back next season, because I don't think so. And it's going to hit the board in May when Hearts lift the title, or if them across and Govan win the title. It's going to hit them then. And they'll be like, oh God, Michael, we're going to have to cut your salary for next season because we can't be going into the AGM and expecting to give you an extra 50 grand on bonuses. Or the same with you, Brian, you know, since you're a non-executive. That crap. Chris McCoy, stop checking the phone and checking your profits. Or the stock market's going to take a hit because we didn't win any trophies. That's what it's like. That's what it's like, you know. It's annoying. It's annoying. As I said, we need the atmosphere at the Celtic Park. We need the atmosphere. You're going to the away. They're going to the away game, singing their souls out. But the Celtic Park's a fucking mark, you know. Yeah, fair play to you, Colin. What's the crack, Colin? I hope you're doing well, but I'll go over regularly. Don't have to points to watch my Celtic. Back the team. Back the team, Colin. Colin, back the team. And what's happening with the team? What's happening, buds? Tell me exactly what's happening with the team when you back the team. Have the team been successful this season, Colin? I know in previous years they've been absolutely splendid to watch. Backing the team, has that paid off for you this season, Colin? That's what I'd like to know in the comments. I'd like to know across the spectrum, across the whole YouTube and the Facebook tonight. Has it worked out backing the team? You know, I honestly believe we're going to finish third this season. And that kills me saying it. Fucking kills me saying it on this podcast. Don't want to go back to the late 80s, 90s again. Well, some people keep saying these are the Kellys in disguise. It could be that. It could be that. So yeah, the 78 people tuning in, regular contributors across the YouTube spectrum, please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. I'll stay on for another 10 minutes because obviously the technical issue I had with the internet, and then I'll be going to my lab. I will be going to my lab. It's just madness, you know. And then for the times of me putting up videos of laughing at Rangers, oh Jesus Christ, it's never going to be as bad as that, folks. We may be having a bad season, but at least we weren't liquidated. You know, at least we weren't liquidated. You know, at least we weren't put in administration. You know, so this is the poll. This is the poll. It can only be good for the Scottish soccer. Scottish soccer. I don't know if there's an Irish person saying soccer because they're proud to be GA men, or is this someone across the Atlantic Ocean calling it soccer? You know, you're absolutely correct. Backing the board is backing Hearts and Rangers. Fucking mediocre. I think my conspiracy is I think they want us to fuck up this season. I honestly think they want us to fuck up this season so they can show how bossy the board run things. I wouldn't be surprised. They failed in the summer window. They failed in the chance, and people were back in the January window saying, "Oh, that's a great bit of business. Oh, because we don't have a manager, we're getting lonely players in. We can analyze them." It's the recruitment has been dire. Mavuka, shy, 45 minutes, haven't been seen. Arthur makes his debut today for Celtic. Thinks he's Virgil van Dijk. He's going to be put in the mix in Ironbox on Sunday, and I hope he has a good game. Like, you know. The team has been going through a confidence crisis this season, but I still back them. We do need to be taking opportunities in front of goal. But this is the thing, like, of course you're going to back them. Of course you're going to sit down. Of course you're going to attend the games. Of course you're going to do that, and that's great. But is it actually helping the team though? The team ain't helping you as much as you think you're helping the team. They ain't fuck off for you, but. Big game next week. Back the team. We are Celtic supporters. Faithful, true, and true. I just hope we can pull off a fucking miracle next week, folks. Underdog mentality. Going into that game as underdogs. Forget about Stuttgart. Put the B team out. Just forfeit the game. Let them have it. Just don't arrive up. Simple as. Who fucking needs UEFA football? We're not good enough for UEFA football. Fucking, we'd be smashing the Conference League at this rate. That's not me being negative. That's me being truthful. I said I'm not here to be negative. I'm not here to be negative. You know, the only positive thing is Negrin's at the scoring a goal today. Benji Negrin with another goal to his Celtic account. That's the only positive thing I would say. You know, hopefully the board got pissed all over as well with that rain. But I'm gonna stay on for 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna jump ship to bed. But if there's anything you would like me to talk about on the channel over the next couple of days in bigger depth, please put a suggestion down in the comments. I'll try to do a video. Because I don't want to be doing the same stuff, talking about the same stuff, going around in that roundabout, doing his head in saying, oh, I keep saying that. You said that 10 minutes ago. I said that half an hour ago. You know? Don't want to keep repeating myself. If there's anything that you want me else to talk about on the channel, I will. I'll try to get into it and have a deep dive into it, because I like to put up different content for you. You know? It's as I said, the drive is gone. The drive was never there this season anyway. There's been times in games where we have pushed and scored late, but it's mad to think over. Last week we're sitting there and, you know, smiling my face saying, you know what, that was maybe a performance of champions. Maybe it'll pay off in May. And the more I look at it now, I'm like, why am I calling myself on? Why do we keep going for this false hope? Why do we like, it's literally Celtic Football Club. It's like someone on a life support machine. You're waiting for them to just fucking wake up and get through it. You're holding off with a tiny bit of hope. And I'm sorry for someone that's gone through this with their family members or their friends, but this is the example. They're on a life support machine. You're praying to God that this is gonna turn around and it's gonna be better, and it just keeps being setbacks and setbacks, and it's hurting your heart more. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. You know, it really does. You know, I'm not looking forward to next Sunday at all, to be honest, folks. I will be live. I will be live on Saturday night. Don't get you wrong. I will be live Saturday night to do a preview for it. I will be trying to lift the spirits and look at I just think we should play two up front at Ibrox. You know, get this guy a damn new fucking playing up front with Big Tam and see what it's all about. You know, see what it's all about. You know. But yeah, get the comments in, folks. Get the comments in. I'll be staying on for another 4 minutes. Well, how's it going, Steve? Charles Music 1. I hope you're doing well. Have a nice kip. Oh, jeez, I definitely need one. Definitely need one after today. All the emotions of today, and watching how bad we've fallen, and watching the happy clappers thinking that things are still okay, even though you know what it's like? It's like someone with a bad fucking tooth that's rotten, and they just keep dodging the dentist. They keep thinking, oh, it's okay, I'll get through it. That's what it's like. People are just fucking deluded, you know? And if we win the title, I hope I'm wrong. I will be like, fucking fair deuce yous all. Fair deuce yous all believing and did not give up on the team. Fair deuce, but just a hard one to see. It's very hard. The evidence is there. We're bleeding shit, you know? Would you? Well, look, the thing is, regardless, eventually you're going to have to get a manager in anyway. This fan and board controversy is going to drag on anyway, and it's a hard sell for anyone that you're trying to lure into the Celtic job, because you're going to have fans that are just outside fucking angry. You're going to have negativity in the stands. You're going to have the void. We don't need the void. We need continuity. We need people to come together and fucking fight for the club. You know, Celtic Park was once a place for the 12th man. Celtic Park isn't the place for the 12th man anymore. Celtic Park is a fucking morgue. That's the problem. That is the problem. And it's up to the fans. It's up to every single fucking fan, home and away, to fucking cheer the team on. There's no point cheering teams on for 5 minutes. I've said this so many times. Believe. Even though the belief might be a small percentage there, but some people are saying it's not over till it's over. It's just, my head is telling me we're not winning the league. My heart is refusing. My heart is refusing to accept how shite we are. My head has accepted it. My head has accepted since Wilfred and Nancy we're not winning this league. And I was like, oh, hold on. Defibrillator, bang. Martin O'Neill's back in the door. We might have a bit of a chance here. You know, I was thinking that, but it's just hard, you know. I don't know. Honestly, I would like to see them with a manager come in because we're not going to spend that money on a decent manager. To be honest, there's fucking penny pinching. Penny pinching. Right, 2 more minutes and then I'm jumping off. It's been a decent podcast. I appreciate everyone who's tuning in. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the likes. I hope we have new subscribers as well. Anyone that's jumped over. The reason why I've came back on tonight is because we have people that watch from different parts of the world. You know, they might have been working. How did he play today? Not great. He got a couple of decent balls into him and he scuffed them. Not great at all, to be honest. You know? Stick Negrin up front. He's the only one who could find the net. It's not a bad point to play Negrin and Big Tom up front together. You know? It's just that midfield is so weak. Negrin's playing out of position. And I know people at the start were like, oh, Negrin plays better as that, plays better as an attacking mid. I'm like, nah, he plays better on the wing. I'll push him up front. You know? You look over the positions he's played in his career, mostly on the wing. You know? And even for Sweden, he played on the wing like as well. But 26 people tuning in. I hope I haven't bored you all tonight, but it is a late night, folks. What I recommend is we're going to call it a night. Thank you very much for all tuning in. And I'll be back tomorrow night. After I go to work, after I let everything settle down, I'll be back to chat to you. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hell.